everybody. The light just went out.
Oh, Nustin, I wanted to see it go out.
Men, I have something to say. I think that this whole thing, the miraculous victory, this miracle with the light, it's a holy day. And I say the holy day should be celebrated for 8 days and nights because that's how long the candle burned.
And what should we call this holy day?
Oh, I don't know. Who will give the holy day a name?
I will.
Okay, then. Hanukkah, you name the holy day.
I'll think about it.
Live from between the human eyeball and the contact lens, it's Saturday Night Dive. What's up, folks? I'm Zach Hall.
I'm Zach Pruitt. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're back for another week. Zach Hall. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I feel like the vibes are right today. We're alone in game show battle rooms. It makes this place feel haunted and empty and cavernous, and we're doing the podcast.
And welcome once again to Bad Podcast. Two annoyingly woke white guys discussing a 50-year-old comedy show against a backdrop of complaining about their own insignificant lives in a rotating venue because one of them wasn't smart enough to hang on to a golden opportunity.
Did you write that?
Yes.
Is that me?
I was the golden opportunity.
I will hold on to you. I'm not letting you go.
The store.
I'm keeping you. You are my golden opportunity. Welcome to the program, everybody. We're brought to you by Four Finger Discount.
Four Finger Discount?
We are recording at Game Show Battle Rooms, Indianapolis today. Google yourself a Game Show Battle Rooms location nearby and go play some games.
Live from the Game Show Battle Room Studios in beautiful Indianapolis.
Indianapolis adjacent. Indianapolis is too much of the state of Indiana. I'm against it. Let Castleton be its own city. That's
sure.
okay.
Sure. That's where I live.
You can find us on social media, Sat Night Dive Pod, or you can email us SaturdayNightDivePod@gmail.com if you want to send us any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, ramblings, death threats, or SNL icebreakers. We appreciate all of that.
Yeah.
And anything you have to say is welcome here.
Mostly. Yeah.
I wasn't gonna, it was hard to do the intro because Zach gave me two live froms and wants me to pick between the two. I have a favorite. Do you have a favorite off of delivering both of them?
I can't wait to hear what you choose.
Okay. Well, do you have anything you want to talk about from the last week? It's been like a week and a half since we recorded, probably.
Not in particular. We talked
Okay.
off mic about a lot of stuff. I was giving you these vibes here, and yeah, it was. It's something, but it'll be fine. And if you know what's the best part? If I don't like it, I just won't do it.
You're talking about your new job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach's a bug boy now.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Nah.
You don't really want to talk about
I don't care.
it. Zach's a bug boy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give any other details than that, just that you're a bug boy.
Yeah.
I went to a fun birthday party yesterday.
Hey.
And the theme, I
That
feel like,
sounds
is
scandalous.
worth bringing up here. I've been to a couple of fun birthday parties. I went to our boy Wes's surprise 30th birthday party here from Game Show Battle Rooms.
Cool.
I was like the only person other than his friend that works here that was there, and his friends are awesome.
Yeah.
And we got hammered, and I stayed until like 1:30 in the morning, and it was like one of the most fun parties I've been to in years.
That's a young man's game.
And also the one last night, this was more like an adult party, but it's one of Lil's very best friends, and the theme for the of course, hi, hello, we love you, Lil,
for sure,
and we seek your forgiveness. It's one of Lil's best friends, Marin. What?
Yeah, we do.
One of Lil's best friends, Marin, had this mac and cheese themed birthday party because it's her favorite food in the world.
Hang on.
Is somebody here?
No, I want you to say that again.
Mac and cheese themed birthday party.
Oh my God.
Is that a good thing?
That's incredible.
And
Zack and
everybody
cheese.
that showed up to the party had to bring a different mac and cheese.
And you brought Zack and cheese.
I should have called it that. I should have. I went weird. I did something a little off the wall that
Of
was
course you did.
mac and cheese related, but everybody had to bring a mac and cheese, and there were 3 judges, and they were judging all the mac and cheeses on different categories. And
This
they gave
party
out,
sounds incredible.
like prizes and ranked awards and stuff. I came in second for most unique, and I'm pissed about it because I
no.
lost by 1 point.
Who beat you and for what?
It was a not very good, but it was a plain bowl of noodles, meat, and beans. And then what made it unique was like he poured corn chips on it, sliced cheese himself, and like did it in front of you. It's like, I have to make this for you.
Judges, let me present to you deconstructed mac and cheese.
Exactly.
This is uncooked noodles.
I made like
sliced
a
cheese.
mac and cheese. It was like a sloppy Joe mac and cheese casserole. It was delicious.
And the NBC dancing in between.
Anyway, mac and cheese. Do you what's the ideal mac and cheese for you? Do you like baked?
brother,
Do you like it as a side at a restaurant that's not been baked? Do you don't like milk that much?
Controversial take.
I'm in. Water.
I mean, for me. Well, I mean, yeah, water for sure. Salt water. But yeah, keep milk out of here. Listen, are you hearing me, Durs? Are you hearing me, Paulie Walnuts? Keep milk out of here. I know that we're the milkmen. I hate it. I hate the milk persona. Mac and cheese for me is Velveeta shells and cheese.
Oh, yeah, that's delicious.
It's not real cheese, but it's the best thing I've ever eaten. I want you to give me the minis because they're not, I can't fucking find them anymore. They have the mini shells.
Yeah.
So the Velveeta mini shells and cheese, and then some homemade bacon, crispy bacon bits in it. Maybe some chopped up tiny sauteed mushies in it would be good too.
That sounds yummy.
But yeah. And then, I mean, I don't know. You could go with the bacon or like a barbecue chick or like a buffalo chick. Like, there's a lot of things you could do with it, but you just start with there's a really good scene in 30 Rock.
Okay.
When Steve Martin is guest starring.
Great. Gavin Velour.
Gavin Velour, yeah. And they're at a fancy party talking about pies, and then Liz Lemon, of course, takes over, and she's, you know what? Don't overthink it. Sarah Lee from the store, like sometimes that's the jam.
Well, if you're a water mac and cheese boy, Velveeta does the sauce, not the powder, right? They give you a packet of sauce.
The sauce is thick.
So I could see why you would be into something like that if you don't like putting milk in your mac and cheese. That makes sense to me. It's one of the better of the store-bought.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some of the Meyer brand ones are good. They also come with the cheese sauce. Anyway.
Shout out Meyer brand.
That's enough about mac and cheese.
I think we might actually have just done a mac and cheese icebreaker.
Is this you wanting to get out of having an icebreaker?
No, my icebreaker is there anything fascist about Pep?
Yeah.
I think so.
Look at January 6th.
That was peppy. Look at fucking July 4th.
All the winners of the mac and cheese contest were like classic baked, like great takes on original mac and cheese. And I was a little pissed because I was like, I tried harder than all of you.
That's more fun than talking about the ICE agents taking a day off and marching on the Capitol with Confederate flags.
That's fun too, but it's not as much fun. It's not as much fun. Let's talk about Saturday Night Live.
Zack and Cheese one was good. So we're going to talk about an episode of SNL.
Episode 7. Season 3.
That's right. It aired on December 10th, 1977, and it stars Mary Kay Place and her special guest, Willie Nelson. Originally on this date, also, CBS aired How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
And how.
Fucking classic.
Absolutely.
Frosty the Snowman,
classic.
Another goddamn classic. The Jeffersons.
Classic in its own right, of course.
It sure is. The Tony Randall Show.
Well,
you know, it's just getting going. It's not there yet. And Kojak. ABC aired Tabitha, Operation Petticoat, Starsky and Hutch, and The Love Boat.
Is that your new thing? Or are you going to do that every time? That's fine. So. I like it.
Our home network, NBC, aired Gentle Giants of the Pacific.
Okay.
And
is that an elephant? That was good.
Whale call.
Whale call.
And the 1976 film W.C. Fields and Me.
It's like Mac and Me, but W.C. Fields.
Mac and Me is on our 100 movies list this year.
Did you add it?
It was me that added it. I put in a bunch of so bad we have to watch the movies.
The Room.
And Jenna cannot take that.
You got into Neil Breen yet?
She's got like All the President's Men and like fucking like really good films.
Yeah.
And I've got Mac and Me.
Yeah.
And I've got the John Travolta space movie. The
Scientology Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, Battlefield Earth. We watched that.
Awesome.
Was goddamn terrible.
I bet it was.
Yeah, anyway.
If you're watching stuff like that, you should watch the one that Will Smith did with his son After Earth. Awful.
Oh, okay.
Awful.
Okay.
Horrible. One of the worst sci-fi movies ever.
I'm into it.
Anyway.
Well, the number one film, speaking of them, at the box office was, oh, God.
Do you know about these movies?
I don't.
It's like an old comedian man playing God who comes to Earth. There's 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I don't know. It's fun to talk about. And the number one album on the Billboard chart was Simple Dreams by Rondette, Linda Ronstadt.
Yes. What a new week for the Billboard chart and the film, the film industry.
Get a fresh lineup.
A couple weeks off for the show, and now we have new movies and albums. Yep.
It's time.
It's time to break it down.
Let's break it down.
The episode opens with a disclaimer because Grizzly Adams sets fire to his head will not be seen this week.
Grizzly Adams was not a professional golfer, like I said.
No.
I'm moron.
It's okay. It's all right. I think you figured it out during saying it, which is big of you.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
The picture joke here was funny. I like that we start the episodes this way.
It's a new thing now.
Mm-hmm. And then it goes right into a cold open. We talked about Pep and fascism, so let's get a little deeper into that. Pep rally, dressed as a cheerleader, Mary Kay Place gets the cast pepped up and ready for the night's show.
Now let me me tell you something. Bellucci's absence, all of this mishmash here, this reflects an attitude that I have noticed all week, and that is lack of pep. Now, I wasn't going to tell you guys this because the network asked me to host this show only because I could pump some pep into the show. Now, it is very, very difficult to pump pep into the show when the Peppers are not participating, okay?
So I love me a good locker room start.
Yeah, this also looks like the exact same set as the Fran
I was
Tarkenton
going to
episode.
say, we got called back to Tarkenton because we got the football field set up. It's kind of nice. It's both the locker room and the football field.
There's a butt coming.
We got no. I mean,
Okay.
The sweaters
keep
are
on.
kind of cool.
Oh, the sweaters are
Apparently,
cool.
we have adopted royal blue and white as the official colors
Sure.
of SNL.
It goes with the NBC ugly ass logo, kind of.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I was expecting more of a rainbow palette from NBC, but at the time, the Dancing In mostly just blue and red.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're going white and blue, which was classic. Indianapolis folk here would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
For its adjacent to the Colts. Anyway, they all got their little names on them. Cool sweaters. Not my favorite cold open. It was okay.
I less than okayed this. I didn't like this very much.
Yeah.
I found it kind of annoying. I
Yeah.
didn't think there were really any funny jokes. It's really clear that the writers and the cast and Mary Kay really found just the word pep alone quite funny. I did not find it that funny, so this whole time I was waiting for a joke. And then immediately Mary Kay Place, in some ways, in some regards, meets the vibe check. In other words, like, she's calling John Belushi. And I don't
Belushi?
know if that's on purpose or not, but it really threw me off. And she immediately brings this energy of pep that doesn't really feel like it fits with the show. What did you think?
She's shoving some pep in there. It's pep stuffed where it need not be. Yeah, I mean, like, again, I didn't think it was super great. It felt a little annoying when she was talking.
Which is a lot of this.
A lot of it, yes. And then John comes in
Late,
as per usual.
as all the cool guys that everybody loves do.
And now we're beating this trope about John drinking beer and smoking cigs and being late and not
gives
giving
a
a shit.
fuck? Yeah,
like,
I'm so cool. You guys are fascists.
and then now we're like normalizing this word for nonsense that it doesn't belong on. So, yeah.
Oh, what here? There is a moment where everyone gets mad at John because he made Mary Kay Place cry. And then Mary Kay Place is on screen very clearly not crying or acting as if she is crying. I thought that was very strange.
It was, yes, a flub, if you might.
But then it builds to a moment where a marching band steps in and plays their version of the opening theme song led by Howard Shore. And then this moment on home base where all of the cast members, like a basketball team, come through the paper and announce their names as they build a human pyramid. Like, if this was an awesome cold open, that would cement it as an all-timer. Instead, it's just off and weird, and I like that part kind of.
Yeah,
I didn't like the pep part
It,
like at all.
Barely salvages the first part. And I tell you, the biggest missed opportunity to me
Please.
was not having Lorraine come through and go, stinky.
Phlegma.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
That's funny.
callback. Come on, folks.
They collapse. They say the line. That's the cold open. It was a little off this week.
It was. Not my favorite cold open.
Opening montage.
We have one, and it mentions Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I said,
Always excited.
did that say Andy Kaufman? And Jenna, who was in the room, said, uh-huh. And I said, fuck yeah. This episode's going to be fun.
Did she watch some of this with you, or is she just coexisting?
She had her back to the TV she was coexisting.
Understood.
Well, our host is Mary Kay Place, a 30-year-old actress from Tulsa, Oklahoma, best known for portraying Loretta Haggers on the TV series Mary Hartman. Let me finish. Mary Hartman. A role that won her a 1977 Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. She also recorded 3 studio albums, earning a top 10 country hit single. What? Which one? How did we not talk about that?
You'll have to Google it.
I will. Today, Mary Kay is 78 years old. In her monologue, Mary Kay Place reads from her 8th grade diary with entries about her school crush, Rob, and her mom, and more.
Guess what? Girls' leader corps is going to have a sock hop. Neato, eh? Naturally, I'd love to ask Rob, but he probably wouldn't go with me. Oh, he's so cute. I can't believe they create him like that. Went shopping and finally got a circle pen and a new autograph hound. Bless my little heart.
I also really disliked this monologue.
Conceptually, the monologue did not do it. Conceptually, it was a big backfire.
She's reading from her diary, and it is, again, it's exactly what you would expect a young girl's diary to read, and there's not really a lot of humor, and it's all about boys, and the audience is being polite and laughing, and Mary Kay is going big with her face, and she's clearly an actress, so she's like certainly trying to sell it, but it just kind of goes on for a while, and then it doesn't really build up to anything, and then it ends, and then it's done.
Yeah. The diary part I found
useless.
Yeah, contrived and boring and weird and
unfunny.
Yeah, like this was one of those folks who was just trying to be funny. Apparently, though, she won an Emmy for her work as Loretta on the show Mary Hartman, and then the Grammy for the music associated with the album Tonight at the Capri Lounge.
There's also, I don't know if it's that one or a different one, but one of her 3 studio albums is in character as her character from Mary Hartman. Mary Hartman, is that what that is?
Yeah, Tonight at the Capri Lounge, Loretta Haggers is the name of the album.
That's insane.
It is. Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of the thing at this time because we talked about it last week with C.W. McCall, the song Convoy.
Yep.
They turned that into a movie.
Yep.
And then C.W. McCall is not even a real dude. Nope. That's a character of a guy named Bill Fries. So it's just like a thing. Apparently, she also sung with Dolly Parton, Emmylou Harris, and Anne Murray.
Yeah, she had an interesting music career, and we'll get to her music a little bit later in the episode.
Sure.
I got to say, the only thing that really made me laugh in this whole episode, or not in the whole episode, in the cold open, when she is done reading from her diary and she says that she's like rubbing in the face of her high school crush how successful she is now, and she's like, and Danny Aykroyd's been hitting on me all week, and not unsuccessfully, should I say.
I mean, that doesn't make, that tracks all the way.
That was the one moment where I was like, nice. The whole cold open.
Super lame monologue idea.
Monologue, yes.
Bad sound on the stage, not a very interesting idea to center the whole thing around, and most importantly, not executed very well. Maybe there weren't a lot of jokes or even things said in a funny way.
I didn't like the monologue. I don't think it's really, unless she wrote it herself, I don't think it's really Mary Kay's fault. I think she delivers it fine. I just don't like anything that she's saying.
All right. Well,
after that, we have a pre-tape called Hey You. A woman, played by Gilda Radner, garners attention by using the perfume for one-night stands.
That's why old Fab created Hey You. Just one whiff does the trick. For those occasions when you can't afford to be subtle. Hey You. The scent you can't ignore.
This is the fun pre-tape that I hope we see again.
They've all been great this season. The pre-tapes have been great, and they keep getting better. Gilda is really good at this. The
walk of shame is particularly great.
Yes, but even her sultry look and all of her, the way she's playing flirty, and it like comes off kind of sexually charged, but it also has just that twinge of this is Gilda and she's being silly, and it's both at the same time. Not everybody can like effortlessly make that work in the way that she does, but when she looks at a guy and the guy says, damn, you're like, I get it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the reveal too, she uses perfume and attracted a guy, but that's all it's good for. You're never going to see that person again. It's for one night stands. And she calls a taxi and leaves the next day.
This is when, you know, Jenna Maroney always just wanted to be Gilda because Jenna Maroney from 30 Rock always just wanted funny and sexy at the same time, which it's so hard to do. Liz Lemon could do it.
Absolutely.
And Gilda Radner could do it for sure.
I really like this pre-tape, and if we included pre-tapes as best sketch of the night, it would be in strong contention.
I wish we did.
Would you like to? We kind of talked about it at the season 2 roundtable, and then kind of forgot until now to talk about it.
I don't have any control over this podcast, so I'm not sure.
Well, because it doesn't. There's no like number or award given off of what we award. It doesn't matter.
We do separate them for the roundtables.
Yeah, and that's fine.
We can
continue to do that.
We can continue to do that.
But this could be your best sketch of the night. Maybe it will be. We'll find out later.
Well, then next is a bumper. It's a woman in the crowd who is turned on by superimposed words.
And you know it's true because she hides her face in shame.
Oh, the oven's up. On for preheating, baby. And then we get a live sketch. It's more insects to worry about. Why do I have to do this one?
I don't know. Because you're the bug boy?
Dr. Haskell Lack, played by John Belushi. tells Jane about insects that burrow behind contact lenses and funny ants.
How many people are aware that in a matter of weeks, the lens beetle could infest every corner of this continent?
The lens beetle?
Yes, it's an African insect of the order Coleoptera, often called the eye sucker. The insect's name comes from the fact that the pregnant female can only hatch her eggs while nestled between the human eyeball and the contact lens.
Really?
Yes, under the protective cover of the lens, the female unloads her eggs in a writhing fit, then tightly weaves the upper and lower lashes together. The victim's eyes remain shut for the entire gestation period, which could go on for months.
Oh, that's fascinating. Do they also mate in the eyeballs?
No. All mating is conducted in the warmth of the victim's underwear.
The first time I watched this episode, always in the late evenings, similar to the time it would have been on, not usually on purpose, but this sketch and 2 other sketches in the night had such huge Coke energy to me of like being on a bender and coming up with a bunch of really crazy, wild ideas to the point where I was like, I don't know about any of this.
Okay.
I don't know about any of this. The second time I watched the episode, all 3 of those sketches, I did find a little bit more to enjoy in them. And this one is probably my favorite of those 3 that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
What did you think about More Insects to Worry About, Bug Boy?
Yeah. I love that the first insect reference is a sketch insect, the South American killer bee.
Huh?
That's funny to me.
That's a fun little...
This is a pretty subdued performance by Belushi. And I kind of like that about it. He just comes in, he commits to somewhat straight academic character, and he delivers the lines as intended. Like, no over the top yelling, no fake heart attack, no escalation. Like,
I was kind of expecting one as he ramped up towards the end, and then I was pleasantly surprised there wasn't one. This is the type of character that I feel like almost any other guy on the cast would have been my pick before John Belushi, but it is fun to see them let him do a more subdued character. I agree.
It's actually let him. I think it's fun to actually see him do one, whether or not he was asked to.
Sure, of course.
I think even sometimes he's asked to and he just won't.
Goes a little crazy anyway.
There is a great line in this one because it's right after he's talking about the bugs' mating habits.
Yep.
He says, "These bugs are coming, Jane, and we're going to be in a lot of trouble when they do." And that line, just the timing of it, where they put it, made me laugh.
Because they're mating in their underwear.
And they're mating in their underwear, and they're mating behind their contact lenses.
That is clever and fast and smart and stupid at the same time. That is a really great joke.
I didn't need the end part about immature black ants.
The funny ants, no.
It was going really well up to that point for me.
If anything, if I'm looking at the math of comedy, they should have done that part first because the insect bugs, the lens beetles that go in between your eyeballs and mate, that is so horrifying and huge that the funny ants feels like a ramp down instead of a ramp up.
It's a bit of a step off.
I like the mental picture of like 600 ants dragging dog shit up a street.
And they're going to light it on fire. And then they're going to stand on each other and ring the doorbell.
Yeah. Did you expect him to have a heart attack at the end of this?
Kinda. Just like his thing. I'm glad he didn't.
Do you have do you have any fear of the creepy crawlies as a new bug boy?
I don't want bugs on me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, if I see them, I'm not going to like run, but like, I don't want them on me. Just not like anyone else.
Let's make people squirm for a second because
what?
Teeny tiny things on our eyeball is what happens. Our eyes are open, they're exposed, like teeny tiny living organisms get there. But there is something so horrific about the way that this takes that and blows it. And that is horrific if you think about it, that there's like...
Well, yeah, because he calls these ones their burrow. He says the word burrow.
Yeah.
And he's talking about
Between
eyeballs. I don't want to hear anything about burrowing in eyeballs.
There's body horror to this sketch. And if you think about it, like the way they wrote it was pretty clever and funny and also kind of scary and a horror movie. Like, and the second time I watched this, it really like, just much like the beetles under your contact lenses, it like burrowed under my skin in a way that I kind of liked.
Gross.
Okay. After that, a bumper. A woman in the crowd is allergic to limelight.
So is our podcast.
No, people are listening, my friend.
Thanks, Tyler.
People are listening. Yeah, we got one.
Well, then we get a live sketch. Total womanhood meeting. A group of women, which would be all of the women in the cast, and Mary Kay Place. They discuss their progress in being the best wives possible for their husbands.
Is one of these women named Gay Beth?
Gayvet.
Gayvet.
Yes.
I heard Gay Beth every single time.
Hilarious.
Do you think this is written by a man or a woman? Because it's about women having this club that they agree and go over the rules of how to be as subservient to your man as possible.
I think it could go either way.
I think so too.
Because it's really a biting satire of how husbands seem to think of their wives. Whether or not it bites hard enough is up for debate.
If anything, it's like these funny women cosplaying as this type of woman, and there's not really a point at the end. If there's anything that's a little pointed, it's when John does come out and he's like, "Hey, honey, when are you going to make us our dinner?" And she, in a kind way, is like, "Fuck off.
Yeah, like, get
I'm
the
doing
fuck
my
outta
own
here."
thing right now." That even though this is all about how they can be better for their man, it's kind of more about them than the men anyway.
Right. The part where John came out and then got kicked back out was pretty fun. The names that they gave these wives are, so it's not just Gayvet.
Gay Beth.
You got Dickie Nell.
Yep.
And that's Gilda, I'm pretty sure. And then Maribel is who is Mary Kay.
Mary Kay.
And then my favorite, Lurleen.
Lurleen, is that Lorraine?
That's not Lorraine.
Jane.
That's Jane.
Yeah, the women are all great in this, for sure.
Lorraine's Gayvet.
Gayvet having a boil and hiding in her basement for a few days until it goes away to look good. Gilda's story about having sex in the hospital bed just after having her gallbladder removed because they believe they can never turn their husbands down for sex is horrifying. It's lens beetle horrifying.
Yeah, it's really rough.
It kind of made me laugh a little bit because it's Gilda saying it, but the thought of women, anybody actually feeling like they have to be that, because some people do or are coerced or gaslit into feeling like they do have to be that, and it makes me very sad. So if this is written by women, that's like kind of edgy and biting. That's kind of a moment of
right.
If it's written by men, I don't know.
Yeah, ugh.
Okay, so Jane's been doing a different sexy costume for her husband every night.
Yeah.
And those are pretty funny.
The Dixie cups.
2 Dixie cups and a handy wipe.
Yep.
And then the last one is just like a bag tied around her head or something.
It's she's like essentially wearing a trash bag.
And then we go into the sequence where they do a total woman play where Lorraine is the husband and Gilda is the wife.
Oh, my Lord and Master, I missed you terribly. How was your day?
Well, it was hell out there. I'm beat.
Oh, well, honey, have a seat. Look, I brought you your pie, and I brought you your slippers, and here's the newspaper open to the sports section, and here's your favorite drink.
Oh, well, you know what? That's a real sexy get-up. And that dog collar makes me hot.
Oh, well, Snookums, I just put all little children to bed early so we could have some hot fun.
Ooh-wee, that sounds like fun. Where should we have it tonight?
Well, how about on the bar under the stuffed marlin?
What a great idea to perk up our marriage. Ooh-wee. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Lorraine seems like she's having a lot of fun playing the husband. And it almost seems like she's having trouble not breaking when she and Gilda are that close to each other's face and like talking flirty and playing their characters. It seemed like Lorraine was very close to breaking.
The hat didn't help either.
And the hair.
Yeah, it's a hat on a hat.
Time for some hot fun on the bar under the stuffed marlin. Is that, I think I had to listen to that a couple times. Under the stuffed marlin.
I liked the line early on where they say, if she's willing to give up being a person.
Oh, yeah.
It's very funny. I mean, because of the satire.
There's some good voice work in this episode from Mary Kay Place. She does a good voice in this episode.
Yep.
When she said the way that, what is it?
Well, I mean, this one's kind of a country voice, so it makes sense because she's a country singer.
She says iron.
It's Lurleen. Everything sounds.
And her line about, when they're praying at the end, and like, dear God, when my husband comes home drunk with 5 of his buddies wanting some sirloin tip, please help me. Please let our Valium prescription not run out. Please let it be 5s, not 10s.
5, please, yeah.
Or vice versa,
Yeah,
whatever. They want the good stuff.
They want 10s.
They want the good stuff. That ending was very funny, and I thought Mary Kay Place did a really good job in that. This sketch, I am like, I don't know if I love it or not because it's a little weird and confusing and a little dark, but it did make me laugh, and it was a great showcase for the women. What about you?
Dickie Nell's wig did it for me. Thanks, Gilda. I don't know why.
Gilda's wig.
Yeah.
Is this the one where
it's like Cruella de Vil type of wig? I don't understand.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I was like, what's happening?
I don't remember if it was this one or the one later. Is this the one where Jane has like short black hair?
Yep.
I kind of like that too.
Yep.
Beautiful. All of them. Very beautiful.
Jane's her big old smile after she talks about her outfits is so good. Her commercial smile that she does when it's like, yeah, it's so big. I got nothing else for this one, but that was a good womanhood meeting between you and me.
Yeah. Our opinion on that doesn't matter, and my opinion is I don't know if I like it or not, but the girls are great. Then a bumper coming up next, Punk Christmas Carols, which isn't even a joke. That's just like a thing.
That happens.
And they're cool. Sometimes.
Yeah. And then?
Ladies and gentlemen, Willie Nelson performs Whiskey River. Our musical guest is Willie Nelson, at this time a 44-year-old singer, guitarist, songwriter, actor, and activist from Abbott, Texas. He was one of the main figures of the outlaw country subgenre that developed in the late 1960s. The critical and commercial success of his 70s album centered his spot as one of the most recognized artists in country music. Today, Willie is 93 years old and still performing, which is nuts. He performs the song Whiskey River, originally co-written and performed by country singer Johnny Bush. Willie first recorded the song for his 1972 album. This is a typo. That album was called Shotgun Willie. Have you been hitting it? Did you hit it for that entire speed? You've been sucking on a Nerf bullet.
I hit my Nerf bullet.
That's disgusting. You put that in your mouth?
I put you in my mouth.
I wouldn't do either of those things. What is your familiarity? What is your fandom? What is your appreciation of Willie Nelson?
As a smoker, I'm always going to appreciate Willie Nelson. As a musician, I've heard some Willie Nelson songs, and that particular version of country or genre of country, sect of country, probably not my steez, my favorite thing.
I'm the same way.
But for what he is, he's one, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's Willie.
Yeah.
And the good human past too.
Good human pass, a guy who clearly loves to perform because he's still doing it and playing all these songs. And as far as I know, compared to maybe some other people around his age or a little bit younger, performing them probably better than some of those people still.
I think he entered old man phase early, and he's done all right.
Whiskey River, take my mind, and don't let a memory torture me. Whiskey River, don't run dry. You're all I got, take care of me. Whiskey River, take my mind. Torture me.
I've always known him as an old man. So even seeing him in his mid 40s and not having the two braids and looking a little bit different was a little shocking to me, even though he's been around for quite a long time at this point too. I do not love country music. I love music, so I can find music that I appreciate in any genre, and that's same for country. I love Johnny Cash. I love,
There's some country that's okay.
60s, 70s, or the early classic stuff.
90s country.
50s. I don't know, dude. Who?
I do.
Like Garth Brooks?
I'll give you a playlist.
Okay. I'll listen to a song or two.
I grew up
on
on some 90s country.
Okay.
And the stuff I appreciate now is some of the cornier shit that, like, back then I would have even still kind of considered a little corny back then. But, that's the stuff that holds up the most.
But back to your point.
I mean, yesterday, bud. Joe, come on. Independence Day.
Yes.
Is that, I don't know if it's Joe DiMessina. It might not be. But still.
Is that a song?
The Martina McBride, maybe. Yeah, Independence Day.
I don't think, I don't know if I know
It's
the
not
song.
about the July 4th. It's about domestic violence.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's good
and
song.
about independence from that.
Yeah,
I mean, Willie Nelson is one of the greats. And as someone who doesn't love and appreciate this type of music, yes, good person pass. Willie Nelson comes on screen.
Absolutely.
I'm willing to give it the full college try. And for this first song, Whiskey River, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty fun. I love listening to him sing. I love watching him play his guitar. This song struck me in the same way that some of the more Southern Roots Beatles songs sounded, this Whiskey River song. And I thought it was a great performance. I'm so turned off by the phrase good old boy, so I didn't love that Mary Kay Place introduced him as a good old boy. But at the time, that's what he is, right? He's like the good old boy.
Tell me about good old boy and why you don't like it.
Connotations of being a good old boy, related. Did you just set me off so you could hit your vape again?
I haven't hit it yet.
Okay. Doing Good Old Boy makes me feel like kind of like a Proud Boy or like a Confederate flag toting country man. Not in the way that Willie Nelson, human activist and marijuana activist, who is a good old boy.
Yeah.
The phrase good old boy kind of gives other connotations, I feel.
Yeah. You didn't grow up with the Dukes of Hazzard, so it makes sense.
No, and the Dukes of Hazzard are problematic, right?
A little.
Okay. What did you think of this song? Do you have anything on Whiskey River before we go into the next song?
It was all right. I liked it better than the next one.
I like the Willie Texas flag. That was cool. You see that? It's like a Texas flag with Willie written on it. It's the first shot. It was neat. I agree with you. I like that song better than the second one, which is Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, a song written by Fred Rose and originally recorded by Elton Britt in 1947. Willie recorded the song for his 1975 album Red-Headed Stranger.
I wasn't crying. It was just raining.
Blue eyes. Do you have blue eyes? Yeah, sure. Very blue. I look at your eyes, but I'm not going home and thinking of, oh man, Zach Hall's big bright blue eyes. Are you saying I should? I will. Okay, I will.
Yep.
Love is like a dying ember. Only memories remain. And through the ages, I'll remember. Blue eyes crying in the rain.
This song was a good performance, but it's a slower jam and just kind of lulls, and it's the second song, so things are slowing down.
Yeah, going back to back is bold. Going back to back with a slower 1 second. Whoa.
My guess is that this was like Mary Kay Place really wanted to do the song with Willie in the second spot. So this is probably still giving Willie the opportunity to play the two songs that he wanted to play.
Yep.
And if this had come later in the night, maybe it would have filled that spot better than back to back. It was fine. I just love watching him play guitar, and I thought his vocals were even better in the second song that I was still in. I had fun watching this.
Still Willie.
After that
is a Weekend Update teaser.
Yeah.
Which would have been perfect right before Willie. Right in between Willie songs.
Uh-huh.
It came on seconds before Weekend Update.
I wonder how this aired, because nowadays, in the middle of a commercial, they'll do those little shots of them setting up the sketch before we come to it. I wonder if this was like in the middle of the commercial. I wonder if this was right after Willie before the commercial.
It's possible.
I had to watch it a second time.
Yeah, I was like,
it's just the
what just
beginning.
happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a little bit of a teaser, which is neat. It's a good idea. It's a news show. Let's do a teaser for
Coming
it.
up, a story on,
Yeah.
But the joke here was bad. The
What?
Jewish expressions Anwar Sadat joke, it was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a good joke.
And then we get into Weekend Update.
Yeah, we do. With
It gets more dial-up sounding every time.
Weekend Update with Jane Curtin and Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, they're going to report the week's top stories. American prisoners in Mexico are sent back to prisons in the U.S.
It's a picture joke.
About Santa Claus?
Yep.
And they're going to send Santa Clauses to Mexico prisons for Christmas?
Hooray.
Anwar Sadat is attacking critics of his peace proposals.
Tough joke all around.
It's a picture joke.
Yep.
About people shorter in stature.
Yep.
And looking down on them.
Tough joke all around.
Both of the Sadat jokes this week were real tough.
They were...
This next one's tough, but in a way that I appreciate more. NBC revives the Amos and Andy show and retools it for a new generation.
NBC is reviving that classic comedy of yesteryear, The Amos and Andy Show. The TV program had been canceled in the late 1950s due to objections from black pressure groups. But the network now feels that the new show has changed the derogatory racial stereotypes to project a positive image of the Afro-American community. The series is retitled To Be Young, Black, Gifted, and Funny. Amos, a typical black brain surgeon, and Andy, a gullible Olympic swimming coach, fall easy prey to the get-rich-quick schemes of the Kingfish, a wily Wall Street investment broker. One major change, Calhoun, the idealistic civil rights lawyer, is now a woman and will be played by Olivia Newton-John with shoe polish all over her face.
Do you know much about the Amos and Andy show?
I don't, but you also skipped the Kennedy's true cause of death joke.
Oh, yeah. I did, and you're right.
Yeah.
The people who said that Biko in South Africa died on a hunger strike or something to save their ass are saying that actually Kennedy died of natural causes, and Oswald also same hunger strike in prison. Amos and Andy was a racist radio show where two white comedians played black people, Amos and Andy, which went on to be a stage show and a television show where these men would don blackface, like very, very upsetting blackface. And it's just the worst of racial stereotypes of its time. And this joke being like, yeah, now it's time for the woke Amos and Andy reboot where they're scientists and we're retooling it to make it about how positive we are now, but it's still a retooling of something that was horrifyingly upsetting. I thought that was a pretty clever joke.
It feels like it could have been written today because of all the race swapping and then all of the uproar that it causes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree. If it was still pretty clever. Yeah. And there's a joke about Olivia Newton-John doing blackface for the show, though.
Ugh.
Co-founder of the Black Panthers is going to reveal the movement's original name.
Because his name's Huey.
I thought this joke was really funny.
This joke was funny.
Huey, it was going to be the Black Ducks.
Yep.
Huey and his friends, Louie, Dewey, and Uncle Donald were all going to be the Black Ducks.
For sure. And then Dan, for some reason, feels like he has to over-explain this joke.
I know.
Even though it was funny by itself.
The picture comes a little late, but still in plenty of time to add to the joke. And he's like, oh, well, there's the picture. You know, Huey, Louie, and Dewey. Duckburg? Anybody?
Me. DuckTales. Woo!
A call for Garrett Morris interrupts the newscast.
Okay. So I get that this is this week's replacement for the Dancing N.
Yes.
It's not as good.
No, I didn't understand
and
it. Also
very confusing. Why is Garrett yelling for a call for himself? And in the costume for the next sketch he's going to be in.
Oh, he's the bellboy.
Yeah. Of course he is. It's service. Yeah. Of course they're going to make Garrett.
It didn't strike me as him being himself from the next sketch because that's just him in most sketches, right? This was strange. I've been watching a lot of Twin Peaks lately, and it felt like that, something that is just completely unexplainable happening, and you're like, oh, okay.
All right.
I guess this is part of the show.
But like, it feels like they were trying to make this one a non sequitur, and it is, but you're also like, okay, why?
It's so non sequitur that it is just nothing.
It's not.
It's nothing.
Yeah. It's just non.
Last joke of this block, a urologist successfully reattaches a student's severed penis.
Cram must be a euphemism that I'm unfamiliar with.
Whether it is or not, I thought it was a really great usage of that word to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
And I think after reattaching penis, the audience was so ready to laugh at whatever the punchline was that it had that huge, like probably the biggest laugh of Weekend Update in the studio and then this whole episode.
For sure.
I thought it was kind of an easy joke, but still kind of funny when she says cram.
Go home, see if I can cram.
Yuck. What's after that?
Well, it's a correspondent. It's Lorraine Newman, and goddammit, she's not standing anywhere. Lorraine reports on how to spot facial expressions that reveal someone is lying. Which is funny because we're in 1977 right now, and we're talking about micro expressions. Something that's attributed, if I'm not correctly mistaken, to Gen Z and their microaggressions.
Microaggressions.
From micro expressions.
Sure.
Yes.
Some things are just expressions or aggressions. Is that your point?
I guess. I don't know. That they were talking about this all the way
It felt
back then.
kind of modern.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fun bit. It was nice to see Lorraine at the desk getting to play off of Jane directly and doing these faces, doing really good facial work. When she has the like stinky one. Stinky. And then at the end, I know you didn't notice anything to give away my true feelings. This is a really easy bit, and she performed it really well, and I'm glad that they gave it to Lorraine.
It's slapsticky.
Or whoever gave it to Lorraine. If she wrote it for herself, that's great.
Yeah, it's slapsticky. It's fun. It's not incredible. It's not bad. Make sure her mic is on before cutting to her, for the love of fuck.
Yep. With headphones in the beginning, you can kind of hear a crewman or something in the background saying something to the line of, we can't hear her.
Yeah, get her going. Well, then what?
Adlai Stevenson.
I love this.
It made me laugh.
They just said Adlai Stevenson. Jane said that, and then they showed the picture, and then
they cut to Dan for the next joke. And it was hilarious.
Yep.
King Juan Carlos, issued a royal decree which abolished all film censorship and paved the way for establishment of Spain's first X-rated movie industry. Reaction from other Spanish officials was instant and widespread, except for Generalissimo Francisco Franco, who after almost 2 years was still too dead to make a statement.
Well, they finally got one slipped in there.
a Francisco Franco joke.
Yes, they did.
First one in a while.
R.I.P. Generalissimo.
And kind of like the more recent Futaba sketches, it was giving, how long can we trick you that this is a joke about something else?
Good,
they did do pretty well.
It took me till the very end.
Then a picture joke about the winner of the Balkan International Fancy Dress Ball claiming his prize. It's a really strange picture joke.
It is.
Where people, one of them like a cloaked person with their face covered, are all walking up to this Stonehenge looking thing that...
You mean the 200 pounds of uncut beef jerky?
That's exactly the prize.
Yeah, sounds awesome. I'd eat it.
Then another correspondent.
Yes, it's Eric Severade. Recent retired CBS newsman Eric Severade, played by Bill Murray, gives an editorial on the mandatory retirement age.
While it may not be true that just as you cannot teach old dogs new tricks, so you cannot teach a generation of young video addicts to read. There is no small agreement among educators that television has replaced the printed word and that McLuhan's global village is, if not totally illiterate, then certainly less literate than the world that existed before television. What does this all mean? It means that a majority of Americans born after a war fought to preserve freedom of the press cannot follow the words, phrases, sentences, clauses, and awkward speech patterns of a 65-year-old broadcast journalist geared to literary constructions of an era gone by. Mandatory retirement age is not really at question here.
I like this version of Bill Murray giving an editorial better than Bill Murray coming on to give an editorial.
And this one's kind of slow and boring and unfunny too, but purposefully so.
Arnold, Eric Severade, was an American author and CBS News journalist from 1939 to 1977. He was one of a group of elite war correspondents who were hired by CBS's newsman, Edward R. Murrow. And he was they were nicknamed Murrow's Boys. Severide was the first to report the fall of Paris in 1940 when the city was captured by German forces during World War II. And he followed in Murrow's footsteps as commentator on the CBS Evening News for 13 years, for which he was recognized with Emmy and Peabody Awards.
I watched maybe 2 minutes of Eric Severide's Good Night, so long I'm retiring speech, and completely got what was happening here. And the Bill, he's not the best impressionist in the world, but he's getting the syntax and he's getting the delivery down pretty well, where he delivers things flatly and without a lot of inflection, but with a lot of intelligence and there's a lot in what he's saying and not so much in how he's saying it. And I thought Bill crushed that aspect of it here.
Cool. Nice.
But I didn't think it was super hilarious. Did you?
I didn't. And you know what I didn't deep dive enough. I'll tell you what I should have deep dived.
What should you have deep dived? Adlai Stevenson? Al Siegel, the cue card boy.
Yeah.
The name struck a bell, but I would not have told you he was the original cue card guy if I was asked. Zach's diving in real time.
Oh, no, I can't find it.
That's okay. We'll dive him. We'll learn about Al Siegel.
We will.
He was sick this week, and they end weekend update shouting him out, which I thought was really sweet and nice. And then Dan falls flat on the table.
Dan's always doing something at the end of this weekend update stuff.
That was weekend update this week. What did you think? Has it been kind of a not great couple weeks of weekend update?
Yeah, they're still finding their footing, I think.
I feel like they found it a little bit, and now it's just gotten kind of boring again. Where at least in the beginning, I was upset because they were doing too much.
Now the formula is kind of too predictable. It's like an episode of House.
After that, live sketch, Married in a Minute. In 1960s New York, single young women, played by all the women, visit the city and get lucky finding money, housing, careers, and husbands. Zach Hall.
Yep. While I appreciate the satirical aspect of this sketch and how pathetic the genre of films that it's lampooning, this sketch as a whole didn't really land for me. It seems like it was fun for the ladies to be in.
Yes.
The problem is they skewered the one main problem with these types of films within the first few seconds of the sketch, so the rest of the sketch is just beating the same dead horse. And it's somewhat cute. It's kind of funny at first. Just wasn't for me.
I don't feel the need to ask if this one was written by a man or a woman. Nope. It feels like it was written by men, and it feels like maybe it was written by a man who's kind of angry about women a little bit.
Oh.
Yes, you're right that it's skewering films, but there's also this whole thing of like, I wouldn't be surprised if the root of this was a writer being like, I know so many pretty girls who come to New York and immediately something incredible happens to them while like I'm struggling. All my friends are struggling. There's so many. I don't know. It felt Like there's kind of like a weird jagged take toward a little bit. And even less so than the one in the beginning that was like, fuck your husband whenever he wants you to. This one, it was just strange. It's all of these women, and the women are doing great. They're doing great voice work. The men are great. I mean, Bill comes in as the Prince of France at one point and does a really good job. Garrett has this thing where he's a black busboy who's secretly a white millionaire.
Yeah.
And all of these women being like, oh no, what am I going to do? Oh, look. Here's $3 million hidden behind a plant. Here's a letter from God that destines me.
The $3 million that she found behind the plant was literally after she tipped Garrett a penny, and then he left the room.
Like that, your kindness says enough. And talking about jagged, like not the present that Garrett gives as the black busboy is a mound of dirt.
Yeah, this sketch was weird.
And this was the other cocaine feeling sketch to me.
Yep.
That the idea's there, but the writer session seems like a sweaty room that I did not want to be in.
Now I can smell it. Thank you.
Dan's kind of fun coming in, looking for his Hungarian perfume model immediately after she says, how am I going to get my modeling career? And he seems to be aware of the frantic energy that this sketch should have if it's going to work.
Get my modeling career off the ground and meet the man of my dreams. I don't even feel like trying anymore.
Problems. We can't even find the correct room. This is not my room. Wait, there she is. The woman I have waited for. To be in my ads for my Hungarian perfume, a fashion model. I was looking for her, a 500,000 woman I'm looking for, but this one here is the one I found, the one I would only want to marry because I was going to give up looking just a second ago, but here she is. Here. $1 million contract and a marriage proposal.
Well, I'll need a little time to think it over.
Take all the time you want. I'll wait until the small second hand gets to the 3.
Okay, I'll do it, okay?
Okay, great.
He was pretty silly in this. Well, one of them saves someone from jumping off a building and killing himself, and then they get married.
Yeah, and the saving him from jumping off the building and killing himself was partially off camera, so it was kind of whatever. It was something. And then he comes back on camera and it's
to marry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Bellucci and marrying Jane, and they have a 4-person wedding. It's funny when Garrett's like, I always keep 4 diamond rings in case 4 beautiful women all need to get married at the same time. I don't know here. Like there's funny moments. It's well performed. The cast is great.
It gives a lot of the cast something to do.
But if it's a sketch that when we do what we do here and we try to like rip it apart, kind of like this one tears easily.
Yeah, but also I'm not actually a white podcast host. I'm a black billionaire. I just want people to ignore me for me. This sketch is weird.
It was weird. And
I don't know.
I'm done. That's okay.
It was okay. Like
I don't have anything
it
else to say
wasn't
about it.
the worst sketch, but it was something. But next we have a bumper. Lunch encounters of the third kind.
It's a really clever play on words.
This is the fucking top tier bumper.
And it's fun to say. It's fun to, as soon as you see it on screen, you're like, I need to say that out loud.
Absolutely.
Or I want to think it. Lunch encounters. Yeah, that's awesome.
I want to open a fucking restaurant called Lunch Encounters of the Third Kind.
I'm in.
Yeah. We'll do an alien themed menu.
We got to build a podcast studio in this restaurant.
Fuck yeah, because we need a place to be.
This isn't going to work.
Nope, we need a place to be.
This is better than last week, but there's some like electrical going on, so I hope everyone's okay with that.
That's actually just me.
You've been going.
I'm running new software this week. And now
it's working. I think it's working well for you.
Thank you. And now Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. Andy Kaufman plays the bongos and does some crowd work.
You texted me about this afternoon.
This fucking genius doesn't speak a word of English for this entire bit, and it plays maybe even harder than anything else he's ever done on the show.
And he's so good at, compared to someone like John Belushi, who I love very much.
I knew this was the comparison you would make.
There are times when you have no idea what Andy's trying to get across, but when he needs us to understand what his character is saying, so we're in on the joke as it's happening, he does it so well that we follow it.
I don't think he's even really speaking Spanish.
I didn't think he was trying to speak Spanish. You thought he was trying to speak Spanish?
No, but it sounds Spanish. It sounds somewhat.
It just sounds like it's just full gibberish. In my opinion,
yeah, he's just fake gibberishing another language for sure, and it doesn't matter. It still works. The musical talent mixed with the ability to get his point across without the actual use of language is just beyond next level.
Genuinely very talented musically and everything, physicality, delivery. This is my least favorite Andy Kaufman thing so far.
This one was good. Like the bongo part was so much fun to hear.
So Lil, when we watched this together, was silent and like upset the whole time.
Oh no.
I did not feel that way about this, but Lil, like how Futaba originally did for me, was like, this is racist and unfunny.
Oh no.
I did not quite feel that way because I was so impressed with the level of and also because you thought he was speaking Spanish. I was not able to geographically locate what he was doing. So I did not feel like he was making fun of a specific type of people.
Foreign Man is supposed to be just like an amalgamation of a bunch of foreign countries.
It did not strike me like it did my partner, even if I can squint and absolutely see why someone would feel that way about a performance like this.
Sure.
For me, I just think it goes on a little too long.
Okay.
And it is all just rambling non-English. So, of course, the moments when you're like, oh, I get it. He's trying to say, get up. And then she gets up and he's like, no, not yet. Like stuff like that is funny, but it's a little wandery. It's a little rambly. I don't think it's quite as tight as, maybe it's not my least favorite because I didn't love the second Elvis one, I guess. But it just wasn't the tightest performance from him, I didn't think. Even though he's obviously a comedic genius.
Sure.
And he shows that here. What else did you enjoy about this one?
I just like, there's got to be certain parts in the musical stuff when he needs to use specific gibberish words. And I think that he he uses the same ones over and over and like remembers them. And like the preparation that had to have gone into this is what I'm watching it with my jaw dropping. Like this is just, I'm not seeing it through the same lens that Lil is.
No, and I don't either, but I don't think it's something that isn't worth bringing up when talking about a performance like this in 2026. I did think when he's doing his musical performance in the beginning, obviously, the bongos is where his talent, like...
Oh! I almost got that.
Explain for the people what just happened.
I have a Nerf dart gun that I have been terrorizing Zach with every time we're here at the studio.
I like how that's the start of the story.
And there's a mosquito eater, which is a giant-looking flying... something that looked like, I don't know, looks like a flying daddy long legs. It's crazy. But I tried to shoot it out of the air with a Nerf dart gun and I almost got it. It was so
I think
close.
you made contact, but I don't think you...
No, I didn't get the whole body. I didn't get there's not much to it.
Anyway, I like when he's doing the high and low when he's vocalizing.
Yeah.
And then it becomes two characters that are having a conversation with each other.
All in response to
and
himself.
then the low voice gets the high voice to cry, and then the low voice is laughing, and it's all while he's still, I guess, performing a song without breaking that it's a song, and all while crushing the bongos. Like the technical brilliance, I will never deny.
We can now spend a full half hour discussing all of the nuances of this man's supreme intelligence and talent.
Yeah. And I think we kind of knew from day one when we started doing this podcast that
he turned my page almost immediately.
Yeah.
And I used to be like a complete Kaufman, like there's nothing about this guy that's funny. Like, what are you guys talking about?
And that's why, like, context is important. Why it's fun to watch these episodes and seeing it compared to the other types of comedy being presented to us. It just stands out completely alone. At the end, when he's done and he starts dancing frantically, it very much reminded me of Steve Martin.
Okay. I like it.
Well, that's all I've got.
Yeah. What's next?
It's a live sketch. It's Bad Musical. Leonard Pinth-Garnell, played by Dan Aykroyd, introduces a musical adaptation of the life of Frederick Leeuwenhoek, not a real person, the inventor of the first working compound microscope.
It's played by John Belushi.
Now, whenever you hear the plink, 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 and you know what's about to come up, and I don't know how to feel.
Yeah. I still don't really enjoy the bad blank spots that much. I do like Leonard Pinth-Garnell as a recurring character, though.
I think, and I just had a moment where I'm like, I wonder how many thousands of sentences I've started with. I think I need a new starting sentence phrase.
Sure.
I believe. How's that? Is that better?
Ted Lasso.
I love musical theater to the point that I can see the clever skewerings of the template here. And I really appreciate that. Similar to how I liked whatever the first one was. I think it was Bad Play. It was Bad Play.
Or Bad Opera.
Bad Opera, something. Like the earliest one and this one have been some of my favorites, even if they're not my favorite sketches by any means.
Sure.
I thought the made up musical here was fun. And talking about things that feel modern, it felt like SNL today could do a Hamilton parody, or 10 years ago could have done a Hamilton parody that's about, and they probably did, about some silly guy like this who is kind of insignificant in history. I thought it was fun. I thought this one was kind of fun.
I mean, I could see myself starting to catch the wave of the bad entities, but they're still kind of middle of the road at best. That like they're
middle of the road, meaning the performance isn't bad enough.
Just like the concept of, okay, we've gotten it, bad play, bad opera, bad blah, blah, bad. And the content of each of these things are forgettable every time.
I agree with you usually. This is one of the ones I liked a little better.
I think
that is the problem with these.
This one's tougher to forget because someone sings the words and sperm. But Gilda's solo dancing was kind of fun. But then she just stops and walks back to her place on stage, which
I thought
is
that
hilarious.
was silly.
Yep.
And that is bad theater.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I thought this sketch was a pretty solid John showcase. He seemed very lucid tonight, and he seemed very committed to all of the bits that he had. And we've seen him in the past, like flub choreography when he has it.
Foreshadowing, folks. Keep going.
You're picking up what I'm throwing down.
Go ahead.
But I thought he was pretty good in this, and that he performed well, and he sang well, and he was kind of the center of it.
Yeah. And
foreshadowing. I like the part when Bill shows up for his like character number, and it's just "Let's have sex, Mrs. L." I thought that was funny. It made me laugh the first time.
Everyone else can go to hell.
The rest of it, whatever. But when he starts his song with the sauntering "Let's have sex," I laughed.
He sings that line, and he says Mrs. L, and then you can see from 6 miles away that the next line is going to be something that ends in hell. And he like pauses beforehand, like he's not going to say. He's like, all right, yeah, I guess
You
I'm gonna
got
say,
me.
like,
You know what I'm gonna do.
It's going to hell. Yeah, like it's kind of fun. And then of course Gilda is able to throw a Toast reference in there
for no reason.
Always.
But I'm a fan, and I love the continuity like that. So I'm like, oh, cool, a Toast reference, nice. Where's Latella been? Cowards. Is Latella done?
I can't believe that would be true.
Fucking bring back Latella,
but sparingly, so that we don't kill her. You know what I mean?
I'm under constant threat of harm during this episode because Zach he's like brandishing this Nerf gun the whole time.
I'm in the Han shot first position.
You're in the shoot my dick position. Keep that thing above board.
This is called the Han shot first position. Han shot first.
I'll see blood clots as big as a square in Amsterdam.
Hydra is big as a windmill tower. Microbes and your probes and zygotes and mygotes, viruses and ratifiers and rhizoids and diatoms and microspores. And eggs.
And toast! The most micro, miniature, itty bitty, squinty, little teeny tiny, itty bitty, teeny weeny, itty bitty, itty thing.
Well, next, are we done with the sperm and the eggs and the toast?
I thought it was really, really funny and clever that the reason he hadn't invented the telescope yet was because his glasses were too dirty to see anything.
Oh.
That was really stupid, and all it needed was one person to be like, hey, your glasses are dirty, clean them off, and he does, and he's like, oh my God, I can see. That was funny.
That's very funny.
Oh, one last joke.
Oh my.
The service staff. We learned that the musical's cast is all of the service staff of the Glendale Hospital for wrist disorders. And
ooh, is
my
that a jerk-off joke?
I thought maybe it was like a limp wrist gay joke.
Ooh, either way.
Either one. I'm done now.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, Mary Kay Place and Willie Nelson performs Something to Brag About. Our host and musical guests come together to perform the song Something to Brag About, a duet written by Bobby Braddock and originally performed by Charlie Louvin and Melba Montgomery in 1970. Place and Nelson recorded the song from Mary Kay's 1977 album Amen to Please.
Well, I've got a real important job in a large office building, riding people in an elevator. And I drive a 57 Chevrolet with a busted taillight, burned out valves, and a leaky radiator. And I wear a $20 suit that I bought from J.C. Penney's back in 1962. But I've got something to brag about, something to brag about, something to brag about in you.
Well, I'm a short order cook in an all-night cafe down on 18th Avenue and 12th Street. I wear a swinging mini dress that I made for myself from Mama's kitchen curtains and old bed sheets. I got 17 pages of top value stamps, one old pair of shoes.
When I did a little research on this song, it made me instantly upset because they started by saying, here's our new song.
That's the first note I have to love knowing the history of the track as I hear Mary Kay refer to this as our new song.
And it's not theirs and it's not new.
Fucking pathetic. Somehow this was my favorite musical performance of the night behind Andy Kaufman's.
I don't agree. I think the first song was probably my favorite, but I did think this was cute. It's got all calm down. I liked it too. Calm down. I liked it. I thought that the song, it kind of had the same vibe that other hosts or musical guests that we haven't loved that give off like that karaoke performance vibe. And this one is a little like kitschy and campy, but in ways that I really enjoyed because one, it's fucking Willie Nelson and he's a performer, not a karaoke singer. And two, Mary Kay Place, she does a little too much like actor face, but she is genuinely musically talented and does hold her own up next to Willie Nelson. And the song itself is kind of like you were talking about corny country music. It's
corny and campy, but like for some reason, that's why I like this one a little bit more because it fits the genre that in the way that I like it.
There's a line about cornbread, butter beans, and lunch meat.
Right.
Like all kinds of crazy little
This
lyrics.
is exactly
that I
the
picked up
bullshit that people sing about that I'm like, how can you make songs about this? But they can, and they're good.
I don't know if this will mean anything to you or not, but it will to someone who's listening. Did you watch the show The Righteous Gemstones?
Yes. I haven't seen newer seasons, but the first 2 or 3 seasons are, I've definitely.
This is exactly
Misbehavin'.
like Misbehavin',
which, by the way, was sung by the singer of Sugarland, who were the band.
Because the actors can't actually sing.
Well, like the recording. Yeah.
Okay.
The recording was the band Sugarland, who you might know as the band that was playing when the Indiana State Fair stage came down.
Ooh. This is a short episode of our podcast. We're less than an hour in and we're almost done. So we're going to pause for a second here.
Yeah.
Yes. Many people won't know about this instance if you're not from Indiana, but this was what, 15 years ago?
I want to say like 2012 or something like that.
The Indiana State Fair.
God damn it, I have a computer in front of me.
Has great concert performances, and they would build a stage in the middle of this like grandstand area, like this open field thing. And one year during a very bad storm at a Sugarland concert, the stage collapsed, fully collapsed. Did people die? I know several people were injured, but there's a horrifying video of the front of that crowd.
Killed 7 people and injured 58 others. It was in 2011. I wasn't far off.
Zach Hall, my sister was there.
No.
In the pit.
No.
And
was she one of the 58 injured people?
They left.
No, I'm sorry. That sucks.
They left. There was another artist that played before Sugarland. I don't know who it was, and that's who they were there to see.
Okay.
And my sister wanted to stay and see Sugarland, but my brother-in-law was like, the weather's getting kind of dicey. I do not want to fucking see Sugarland. Let's get out of here.
Right.
And then 5-10 minutes later, people die.
Thanks, brother-in-law.
Yeah. So when you brought that up, it was like, oh, that's like a trauma memory from my past. Like I had family there.
I'm sorry if I misgendered your sister.
Huh?
I'm sorry if I misgendered your sister.
What did you say?
I said she.
My sister is a Trump Republican. You do not have to worry about misgendering her.
Okay.
Or her hearing these comments. But that was a crazy part of our local history, for sure.
Okay.
And
damn.
I think for years, the Indiana State Fair the concerts for sure had a little bit of a dark cloud hanging over it of like, do I even want to go check that out?
Oh, yeah. And now the Great American Fair had the same bullshit during their... Well, I mean, it didn't kill anybody, but like...
Nobody didn't show up. But yeah, the stage fell apart while people were performing. Yeah. Anyway, I thought this was fun. I thought this was corny. It very much reminded me of that song from Righteous Gemstones.
Running through the house with a pickle in my mouth.
Misbehaving.
Goddamn right.
It's a great song.
It's a great show.
It is a great show. I also haven't seen the last season or two, but I want to because I was obsessed with the first 2 when I was watching them.
Really, really good.
And I know a few people in the crowd are going to be like, yes, this is exactly like that.
It does feel a little bit like that. They're not wrong.
Well.
Then we get a live sketch. It's the story of Hanukkah. The Farbers, you know him, you love him. Bobby Farber and Gilda Radner and her husband Larry Farber, played by John Belushi. They explain the origin of Hanukkah to their neighbors Bill Murray and Mary Kay Place. They're Gentiles. This sketch went over my head both times. I found it nearly impossible to pay attention to.
Is it because it's at the end of the episode,
probably,
or is it because you don't celebrate Hanukkah
or Christmas? It's it's probably more of where it was in the episode.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it kind of fits that placeholder of the late night plays that they like to do.
Yeah.
Where there are jokes in this and some of them hit and some of them are funny, but I do believe the point of the sketch was to help teach people about the origin of Hanukkah, which I think is kind of a cool thing for the show to try to do a week before the Christmas episode to incorporate other holidays. And for them deciding, let's do a Hanukkah sketch, it could have been a lot worse than this. I don't completely disagree with you. It was a little boring. It was a little flat.
I just apologize because I don't have any notes on it. I don't have.
That's okay.
I'm not going to be able to dissect it very much because I was like, it was just like letting all of the dialogue wash over me, and I'm just like, I can't even. What's happening?
That's okay. I'll take you back there. There are a couple of good things to mention. First of all, Gilda in the beginning when she's on the phone, she does the best white people on the phone goodbye with your mom ever.
Yes.
Where she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, we're having chicken. Okay, well, they're almost coming, so I got to go. All right. Yep. All right. All right. All right. No, I really do have to go. All right. All right. It was perfect.
It's the Midwest doorknob is what we call that.
It was perfect. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole sketch. There's this thing where she tells her mom that they're going to eat chicken. But then when Larry comes in, she says, we're having your favorite roast pork. Is that Jewish people not supposed to eat pork on Hanukkah?
Jewish people aren't supposed to eat pork.
At all.
Correct.
So that was kind of for the real ones, like a good reference where she's like, yeah, mom, all right, we're having chicken. Of course we're having chicken. Larry is a really fun character. The type of schlubby, getting away with shit, but mostly harmless suburban husband that he is, having a backup dessert because they're going to bring fruit and he wants to have something that he enjoys.
That's
was relatable
and shit right there. It's hilarious.
And that's why I think it's one of these like play sketches, because there's a lot of really little moments that I think work. Like Bobby doesn't remember how to refer to the wife. Is it Bev or Beverly? So then when she shows up for dinner, she's like, hi, Bev, and like trails off. I thought that was really clever. And then my favorite thing about this whole sketch is when she's telling the story. That's the part that's easiest to just kind of zone out, right? And then the whole eternal flame part is kind of easy to just kind of, but John being an active member of both sketches and both sets and coming up as Larry and showing up as, I think, Judah, the person who is kind of leading the scene where the ancient Jews are following the eternal flame and having the first Hanukkah. And he shows up like with his tie on and he's still kind of Larry Farber. But then after that scene's done, when it's time for him to return to the main set and he shows up either late or like, he was focused on something else and now he's like trying to get back in and the audience erupts and it makes John kind of do his like his thing that he does where he's like moving around. And then Bill and Gilda just did a moment in the scene where it's like serious because they're talking about the first Hanukkah.
Yeah.
And it's a moment that's kind of sweet and kind of educational and informal. And then John is like being John in the background and it breaks the whole sketch. And I think it kind of improves this whole sketch because that's one of the things I liked about it.
Okay. Nice. It sounds like it was an all right sketch.
You just weren't there for it.
I mean, it was just like reading a page over and over again and not accepting any of the words. Like I tried to watch it twice and I was just like, I just couldn't get. There was something about it that wasn't. By the time I got to it,
you've been vocalizing things in ways that I haven't been able to put words to because watching this show for this project does have that effect sometimes.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're reading a page 3 times and it doesn't quite get through.
Yeah, like nothing's coming in.
I understand that. And this sketch is a little sluggish, but there were moments that I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah. It sounds kind of fun. I will say they use the word candelabra.
Oh, that's not right. It's a menorah.
Indeed. It is a menorah. But she says candelabra.
She does.
Which is an interesting word to me because of my personal history.
With Liberace?
No, but I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast. I hope not, because I don't want to be Dana Carvey telling the same story every single time we get a guest on. But in 6th grade, I was in spelling bee.
Okay.
And I was up against Christian Heffel.
Fuck that guy. Do we
No,
like Christian Heppel?
He was a nice guy, but
he's like the smartest.
Smartest. It's impossible to be academic things. And
what is he doing now? Do you know?
I really don't know. The word candelabra came up in the last round for me, and I had never heard the word in my life.
No.
In 6th grade, I was on stage for the first time hearing the word, and my dad was in the crowd, and the lights were up. I could see everybody, and I start spelling it, and for some reason, something in me is like, "You're not going to want to put 2 vowels together. This isn't going to work." So as soon as I got to the ND, I said EL, and I watched my dad's head drop. Like immediately, like into his hands, like he just knew I fucked up. And then I finished spelling the word ARBA, ABRA, whatever. And then they said, yes, you won. And my dad looked so fucking surprised because I was too.
Yeah.
I had never heard the word in my life.
And that's not how you spell candle.
No. And I spelled it out of my ass. And I'll never forget that word because of that.
That's a fun story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've told that. I've heard that story before. I don't know if you told it on the podcast or not.
Maybe.
And if you have, that's okay. Dude, we're going to do 1,000+ of these.
I can't be the guy that tells the same story every time.
And you don't tell it every time, but we will tell the same story more than once. That's just going to happen eventually.
Okay.
Well, I like that the character Bill was playing was named Dick. So then one of the last lines in the sketch is, oh, that's a nice thing to say, Dick. I always like that.
That's a nice dick to say thing.
That's the end of the sketch. I liked it a lot more than you, but I can see your point for sure. After that,
it's a host portrait. Mary Kay Place poses in a cowgirl hat in front of some palm trees. You misogynist fucks.
I'm so sorry. I wrote that. That was me. You can target me. Put it down. Put it down.
And then the good nights. Mary thanks the show, Willie, Andy Kaufman, and the cast, and audience as everyone joins her on stage and the band plays us out. Don Pardo announces next week's show and says goodnight. Next week is going to be Miskell Spillman.
We have some things to talk about.
Let's talk about them.
I'll be quick on the goodnights. I don't have a lot to say specifically about them, and I know that you hate this. I thought the host saying thank you to Saturday Night Live for having me, Mary Kay Place, that said to me that she doesn't really watch this show because all of the hosts that are familiar with the show have still been calling it Saturday Night or the Saturday Night Show. It tells me that she got the call and didn't really... Do you think that might be true?
Maybe.
Because nowadays, of course,
maybe
Saturday
it's a rebranding
Night Live,
campaign.
Soon. Maybe they're like, hey, call it Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it's this thing that we have to be very specific about.
I noticed during the goodnights and during the end credits, John looks like $1 million and he's glued to Willie Nelson and he looks so excited to be next to him. And even when some of his band starts joining him, John looks like, oh my, even at some of his band and goes up to them and starts he just looks so happy. And I thought that was nice.
The episode's over. You know they're about to go smoke a drumstick. They're about to, they're going to roll
my God,
the size
oh
of
my
a
God.
fucking
So
drumstick.
if you go outside this door.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Andy Kaufman joins them on stage. Did you notice him on stage? He's wearing a hoodie.
Yep.
Covering his face. It reminded me of, have you seen pictures of Bob Dylan on stage lately?
No.
When he does concerts, he generally wears a hoodie that obstructs his face.
Interesting.
Because he doesn't want people to look at him.
Okay.
And he's going to be at the piano. It reminded me of Bob Dylan nowadays. Andy Kaufman coming on stage, being completely not the big buffoon that he's been for his performance and just kind of there. It's a little weird, a little unsettling.
He's a genius.
Next week is Miskell Spillman, but is not the Sex Pistols, as Don Pardo announces at the end of this episode. The Sex Pistols are denied a visa and aren't able to come to the U.S. So next week we have Elvis Costello
in a very iconic
performance.
Yes,
it gets him banned from the show for a few years.
Absolutely. I think it's easy to not ever remember this episode as the Miskell Spillman Anyone Can Host episode because this is the episode where Elvis Costello gets not invited back ever.
My thought process was, the fucking Sex Pistols are with Miskell?
Yeah.
That would be crazy. And then I look up the episode and it says Elvis Costello. I'm like, oh, well, what happened?
Yeah, it's
and I'm
Elvis,
wait,
I was like,
that's that
I was gonna
episode?
say, it has to be. I was like, if Elvis Costello, I was like, is this in 77? Because this would have had to have been it because then
unless he
this
was
is the
on
radio
once and
one.
comes back the
this
second
is
time.
it.
I am even more excited to talk about next week's episode, and I think we're going to have to talk about the music on the show in a way that we've never had to before. It's
cool.
Because Elvis interrupts the song and plays a different one. We got to look at that song. We got to get into the lyrics and understand why he called it off and why that was such a big deal. I can't wait. Next week is going to be huge.
Yeah, I'll never understand. Yeah, I'll never see this as the Mystical Spillman episode. It'll always be the Radio episode.
Well, we've never seen it. And that's the thing that makes all of the compilations and all of the documentaries. Maybe after we see the episode, we'll have a different opinion.
Maybe we will.
I make any point, Zach points a gun at me. I love...
This is America.
I love podcast bits that are completely visual.
For sure. Especially when we're not filming. We got to film.
We should. Do you think we can get access to the security camera footage of us sitting here?
When we link up and start sharing a space with C2, it'll inevitably happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, that's the episode. We did it in record time. Season 3 has been really good. I think this is the low point so far.
Yep.
It's not horrible. It's not one of the worst episodes of the show.
I think the show has gone from kind of like a really high place to a Mary Kay place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that this worries me about the season. I think every great season of SNL is going to have a couple stinkers.
You're gonna have some lulls.
So I'm not really turned off by it.
No.
But this one feels different than the rest of the series so far. Other than like the Hey You perfume sketch, which was great.
Feels a little first Claybaugh.
So let's close it up.
Yeah, it's a host thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm going sideways.
I truly don't think anything tonight was her fault.
Okay.
In fact, I think she did quite a good job.
Okay.
And I am going to give her a thumbs up.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought her voices were good. I thought her sketch acting was pretty solid. Yeah. She is clearly an actress, but she's not being like the Sissy Spacek type of like really actor who's trying to like perform. She was being silly and doing sketches. Her musical performance as a host didn't make me want to kill myself. And that's probably the only time that'll ever happen.
I think I'll turn the dial to sideways up.
That's okay. I almost went sideways.
Sideways up is fine.
Just because I didn't really like the episode that much.
I think the fact that you reminded me that I liked her musical performance better than most of the musical performances of the night, that could dial it up a little.
This episode's not her fault. It's an up for me. If anything, I think the writers right now don't know what to do with women.
I don't think any of them
ever do still to this day. Okay. Musical guest, thumbs up, thumbs down. Willie Nelson, the good old boy.
Yeah, I'm going to give him up.
He is a thumbs up.
Yep.
Not exactly my cup of tea, but he is one of the Mount Rushmore people of Southern music, and the world will go silent for a little bit when he passes away. And we'll all be so thankful for everything he gave us. He's an easy up. What's the best sketch of the night?
This is a tough one for me.
Are you changing history here?
I didn't put anything down because I thought maybe we'll talk about something and it'll give me.
Yep.
Then
that didn't really happen.
Didn't really happen at all. I would have to go with the Total Womanhood meeting, I guess.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I see it. That's probably the best of the female sketches of the night.
Yeah.
So having our conversation made me want to change my mind, but I don't think I have anywhere else to go. I did quite enjoy the Hanukkah sketch, and I thought it was kind of wholesome, and I will give it to the story of Hanukkah. But that sketch will not be anywhere near my top 10 of the season.
Okay.
But I did think it was fun.
All right.
Who's the MVP?
Gilda had a lot going tonight.
Agreed.
They threw a lot at her, and she did pretty good on all of it. So, gotta go, Gilda. It's probably Bellucci as the because, like you said, he actually had a lucid episode where he it seemed like he was present and not.
And he had quite a bit to do.
Tough to deal with.
Like varied stuff to do.
So I'm gonna give it to Gilda with the honorable mention to Bellucci.
I'll definitely I'm flipping. I'm gonna give it to Bellucci. Maybe when he's Bellucci, that's when we get a good week, and when he's Belushi, that's when we get a weird one.
Whoops. Hey, just look at that mistake. Look how it helped him.
And I will also shout out Lorraine, who I think had a pretty good week this week and got to do some kind of different stuff and did it all very well.
Good work,
It's kind of a shame not giving it to a woman, but John stuck out for me this week. Well, what is the overall episode rating?
5.75.
We're pretty close.
Okay.
I give it a 6.
I thought you might.
I think it's because there wasn't really that much that was bad about the episode. There was just even less that stuck with me.
Right.
There were some funny moments. There's not a single sketch that I would single out. The music was good. Mary Kay was fine, but I'll forget about her in a couple of months probably.
Yep.
It was a 6. It was fine. It was okay.
By the way, Mary Kay Place we haven't mentioned is in a movie I just watched recently, Being John Malkovich.
Oh.
She is Floris, the woman who can't understand anything anyone says.
I saw this movie when I was trying to be a film bro early high school. I absolutely need to watch it again.
Yeah, I saw it when I was
very long time.
I was young and I was like, I'm not impressed.
I wasn't not impressed, but I was like, okay, now I've watched it.
I was also like a young man who I was like, why would they put Cameron Diaz in a movie and then make her look like this? Like, that's not cool. But also I was like 16 or 17. So
acting.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, I wanted to point that out because it's a good film. And her character in it is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, I definitely know her name, but when I did my little bit of research on her, not a lot stuck out that I remembered her from. But based off of this one episode of SNL, I can tell that she is a versatile and talented performer.
Sitcom actress like Mary Hartman fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to say goodnight. Or we already kind of said next week, we're going to be talking about the first and only Anyone Can Host contest winner, Miskell Spillman, with Elvis Costello, not the Sex Pistols.
With the first and only Elvis Costello performance.
Except not. He does come back.
Yeah, okay, true.
But that episode was the Christmas episode, December 17th, 1977, probably the final episode of 1977. We'll be talking about that next week. But to wrap up things here this week, who's on your thank yous?
Also, we should change the name of this segment to the Zackalades.
Zackalades? We could do that.
We're giving them out.
I'm open to accepting ideas that you have. We could do that.
Good save.
Let's get a Zackalade.
Thank you, Jordan Gould and Stephen Walters, for letting us use the Stewed.
Absolutely.
And thanks to
it's been a nice temporary home. It feels like home.
Game Show Battle Rooms. It's where we met.
Yeah. And coming back and doing this here in the space kind of feels like a full circle moment, even if the audio probably not as great as it should be.
That's fine. It's no Circle 2 Lounge, but it'll do.
That space was weirdly perfect for what we were doing.
The dormant Circle 2 Lounge, we missed
Like it shouldn't have been. It was just like a storefront. It shouldn't have sounded as good. It shouldn't have been, but it was the space.
It was perfect.
For now.
You're sleeping for now. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to thank Lil Shaker.
I
want to thank Zach Hall.
Meh.
And I want to thank all of you for listening. I want to thank Four Finger Discount. And I want to shout out our social media one last time. What is it?
It is at Sat Night Dive Pod.
We're going to start using it, I swear.
And you could email us at SaturdayNightDivePod@gmail.com.
Nothing brightens my day like seeing the people who comment on our YouTube videos have such good insight. And every comment is great, and I appreciate every single one of them. Thank you for telling us what we don't know about this show. You make this show better by doing that.
YouTube comments.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
Let's not make that an every week thing.
Right.
But I do like the Love Boat. I think we could keep the Love Boat thing. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we really put this one to bed?
No.
Thank you, everybody. We got to close it out. You know how, with the Zach Hall final words.
And sperm.